Welcome back, everybody, to Spirit Hunters Paranormal 911. We're going to go on another cemetery visit today. This one we've been to, kind of did a walkthrough. We didn't do much of anything else. But today we're going to learn some history on it. We learned a few new things about some of the emblems or signs that are on the headstones. I learned about why people leave pennies or coins on top of the headstones or rocks. We're going to have all that information for you. We're going to try to find out how old the cemetery is. I do know that this cemetery is an all-black cemetery. I'm not quite sure how far it dates back. I believe the earliest marked grave there is around 1940, or maybe a little bit later than that. I'm not quite sure, but we'll get that information to you also. Be sure to like and share our video for others to join our channel, become a follower. It helps us be able to put out more and better videos as we go. Also be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified every time a new video goes live. You can also go to our channel at either YouTube or to, I believe it's pronounced Vimeo. It's V-I-M-E-O. Not quite sure how it's pronounced, but you can also go there. Look up Spirit Hunters Paranormal 911, of course, and it'll bring you up to our videos that are there. But until then, let's go on a journey. We're here at the Steen, I believe is how it's pronounced, cemetery here in Malakoff. From what information I can gather, this is an all-black cemetery, because back in them days they didn't bury black people with the white people. To me that's kind of racist, but that was back then when they had slavery and all that going on. We're going to kind of do a walkthrough here, see what kind of vibes we get off of it, see if we can't find the oldest known marked grave. It dates back into early 1900s, I believe, and it's a grave of Matthew Morgan. So we're going to try to find that grave. Of course, there'll be a lot of graves in here. I see some old stones that probably have no markings or legible markings on them at all. But we're going to walk through here and see what we can find. Hold it for a moment. Make sure I hear what's going on here. If I hear any whispers or sounds. Don't see any particular area. It looks like an old section. They're kind of scattered out through here. It's not a very big cemetery. I mean, there's a lot of space in here still for graves. It looks like more of the older ones are down this direction, so we'll go down this way first and see what we can find out. What'd I tell you? Go to the car. Matthew Morgan. This might be it right here. Didn't I say 1885 to 1940?
Yeah.
Let's see it right there.
I think so.
That would be the earliest one. 1940. I don't know what that. Somebody told me one time this symbol at the top, the circle, and has something to do with the Masons. I guess back in the medieval time, or knights and kings. The Masons, if I recall, were the ones, the knights that protected the Holy Grail, kept it guarded. Not real sure. I'll have to do some more research into that, see if that is that symbol.
It is.
It is that symbol?
Yeah, look. That looks pretty similar to the G.
Yeah. And it says
it's a Mason sign.
The Masons. Yeah. That's what that is.
This part is a ruler, and then this part is like that little tool that you use to make perfect circles or perfect shape.
Oh, like a protractor, or
yeah,
whatever it's called.
Like that.
Can't remember what it's called. Oh, that was back a long time ago when I went to school.
Some of them have the G in the middle, and some of them have the eyeball in the middle.
Yeah.
It's different.
Well, that was easy to find. That was the first one right off the bat. That's the oldest marked grave that's recognizable. I'm sure there's others here that not very well to see. Daisy Hill, 1886 to 1957. That's an early grave too.
Oh.
Find out some more on it.
Is the single most identical symbol of Freemasonry. Both the square and Mrs. architect tools and are used in Masonic ritual. Yeah, and as didn't say that much about it.
To say when that was started up, or
it says it's a square and a compass though.
Square and a compass.
It looks like a square and a compass.
No, well, I'm thinking that's. If I remember right, that was one of the. Here we go. Templeton. That's Templeton. Yeah, no, that's not what I was looking for. I think it was Tomlinson, I believe, but I'm thinking that's probably going to be more in the.
What are the beliefs of Masons? Masonry is open to men of any faith, but religion may not be discussed at Masonic meetings. Supreme being.
So it's a religious thing.
Yeah, Masons believe that there is one God, and that people employ many different ways to seek and express what they know as God. So like, there's only one God, but different people think of God different ways.
Different ways, yeah. Well, that's
some people think of
that's
him
like
as
when the first settlers that came to Malakoff, which was the Mitchums. The faith was Methodist, but some of the congregation didn't agree in some of the ways it was preached, and they separated. Well, that's when the Clemens War was going on, which is religious on beliefs, and that's when they kind of separated, or part of the congregation went and started up another church, which they became Baptists. So there was the two faiths. It was the Methodist and the Baptist back when the first settlers got here. Says 1954, and she died at the age of, was that 38 or 98?
98.
98. William.
Oh, yep, that's it.
Crane.
Square and a compass, or more correctly, a square and a set of compasses. So that's like a compass, and then that's like a ruler for like a square.
That's the actual Mason.
Yeah, that's the actual
sign.
Mason sign, but which looks like that, but with an M in the middle.
Yeah.
Is a signal most of free span. Both the square and the compass are architect tools and are used in Masonic ritual. And I already read that.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, what is the main purpose? A basic purpose is to make better men out of good men. So, the main purpose...
Better men out of good men?
See, the purpose of... What is the main purpose of the Mason? The basic purpose is to make better men out of good men. So out of good men, make them better and more better.
Through religious.
Through religious.
Yeah.
There is an emphasis placed in the individual man by strengthening his character, improving his moral and spiritual outlook.
Yeah, beliefs.
His beliefs. And broadening his mental horizon. So, like, yeah, rituals and stuff like that.
One way back here in the corner, kind of hidden from everything else. Yeah, the camera's kind of jumping around. It's kind of hard walking on unlevel ground. And I wonder if this is how the cemetery was named. Looks like Isaac Steen, born in 1857, died in 1945. As I said in the beginning, this cemetery is called Steen Cemetery. So that may have been how they named this cemetery. I don't know if it had a name before that or not. I'll walk through all these sticks and everything. Army of World War II. There's one that doesn't have any writing on this side.
Yeah.
Didn't live very long. Born in 1970 and died in 1998. Not getting a whole lot of feelings here of any type of energy. (1938, 1963). I notice on a few of these graves, which I've seen in other videos, where they take like a rock and stick it on top of the headstone. I've seen a couple of them here that have that. I don't know what the reasoning is behind it. This one's kind of falling over. U.S. Army.
There's another one of the signs.
Yeah, another one of the Mason signs. Is that the same as the other one?
Yeah. Except that one looks like it has the I in the middle. Not the W, the I. I mean, not the G.
Yeah.
It might be a G.
Or either that or it's worn out, maybe.
Oh no, it's W. Johnson.
Oh, looky over there. That one fell over.
Aww.
And maybe the ground kind of settled here, and where the top part just fell over and somebody dragged it back over on top. Surprised nobody's been here to fix it, stand it back up. From the looks of it, well, there's still quite a few graves that have flowers on them, so people are coming here. But evidently nobody's coming to this one, or they haven't fixed it up. I don't know if they have a caretaker of the property. You'd think that they would fix it up.
Hey, you know how you were talking about those rocks that were on the headstones?
Yeah.
I looked it up because I was curious, and it said, I've noticed that they are usually left on Jewish graves. I didn't know until now. There are several explanations to why visitors leave small stones or pebbles on someone's grave or on their headstone. It is not Jewish. It's not a Jewish tradition. For thousands of years, people were buried on tombs or directly in earth where they had fallen. Stones were then rolled in front of the stealing scavengers to keeping the evil spirits away from escaping out into the world. So,
oh, wow.
So pretty much they put them on top so their evil spirit doesn't come up and into the world and haunt people.
I know there's another thing I've seen where people will leave a coin on top of a grave.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a meaning behind that either. See if you can find something on that for leaving
and
coins.
Also, you know how
what that represents.
You know how on some children, like on some children things, they have a whole bunch of white rocks on top of them? That's so like scavengers and wild animals can't come up and dig them up.
Oh, really?
So animals don't dig them up.
Well, I know back in the old days when they didn't have graveyards, people just lived off the land, cowboys. Wherever they died, they buried them right there, and most of the time they didn't dig a hole to put them in. They just covered them up with rocks. So I mean, that could be how that rock came into play from those days, because they would bury it so other animals and couldn't get to them or dig them up. So that's a possibility there too.
I found something. It's still loading.
What, on the coins?
Yeah. Okay, what do the coins on gravestone mean? While visiting some cemeteries, you may notice headstone marking certain graves have coins on them, left by previous visitors to the grave. These coins have distinct meanings when left on headstones, and those who gave their life with something. While visiting, gave their life serving in America's military, and these meanings vary depending on denomination of coins. A coin is left on a headstone or at the grave site is meant as a message to the deceased soldier's family to pay
kind of a recognition.
To pay respect. Leaving a penny on the grave means simply that you visited. A nickel indicates that you and the deceased trained at boot camp together. Okay, so like if you put a nickel, it means that
you were in the military too, was with that person training or served
you were
with them.
with them.
Yeah,
a penny means that you're a family
respect.
member, you recognize them, you appreciate them, you're thanking them. While a dime means you served with him in some captivity. By leaving a quarter at the grave, you are telling the family that you were with the soldier when he was killed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So if you leave a quarter, it means that you were with that person when they died. If you leave a penny, it means that you are thanking them, you appreciate what they did. If you leave a nickel, it means you were in boot camp with them. And if you leave a dime, it means that you fought with them in some places.
Huh.
Oh, it's a spider.
Well, I saw a video not too long ago where it was a forgotten burial site where it kind of everything is grown over and really couldn't see half the headstones. They were unreadable, and there was a group of paranormal investigators or just researchers in history that went in and found this grave area, and they went through and left a quarter on each one of the headstones there. And I was kind of under the assumption they did that, kind of pay respects.
No, pennies is a state.
Yeah.
I wonder why they did a quarter.
They may have not have known the true meaning.
Maybe because it said God is bless us or something on the quarter.
Yeah, I don't know.
What it says on the quarter, it says God it blesses and with us or something like that.
I don't know.
But so rocks mean it keeps the spirit from wandering off in the world and turning evil. And the coins mean respect to soldiers. So
it's always interesting to know stuff like that.
And then,
there's one grave site way over there by that tree. I know they have a lot of space here for more.
And then the rocks on top of the grave means it keeps the wild animals from digging them up.
Yeah. I like back in the old. Just quit.
No, it started recording again. It's making a second video because that's as far as it can go.
Oh. Well, that might have been why there was 4 on there earlier.
Well, it only stopped 2 times with me. On the Malakoff one, it only stopped 2 times with me.
It did stop?
No, it stopped 1 time and then recorded. So it made
Okay.
2 videos with me, but then you started holding the camera.
Okay, well that explains why there was 4 on there, because I couldn't figure out when we only did 2 videos why it was showing 4. I thought maybe the others didn't get deleted. I'll walk all the way over here at this one way out here and see what that is.
That was interesting to know.
Yeah?
About the coins and the rocks.
Yeah, you always learn
I
something
didn't even
new.
notice any of that stuff.
Well, I noticed it from some of the other videos I saw where they were putting coins on it. I know back in, I guess, the days of the gods and all that, where when a person died, they placed 2 coins on the person's eyes. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And that was supposed to
Keep their
represent,
spirit, yeah.
well, it's supposed to represent for their afterlife or spirit to be accepted into to heaven or wherever they went. There's 2 over here.
This one looks old. 1956 to 1974.
Yeah, it's not that old, but I don't know why they're over here by themselves. I guess they didn't want to be with everybody else.
I mean, they're related.
Yeah.
Burley and Burley. They probably wanted to be the only. They probably wanted to be the first ones under.
The new section or by the tree?
Yeah, the new section.
Yeah.
Because they haven't even finished section 4 yet. See, section 1, 2, 3, and then.
Well, this is 4 here.
This is 4, and that's 5.
Oh, there's another section.
4 and 5. Because you can see the numbers on the things. They haven't even.
Not any more down there, is it?
I don't think they would let. I think that might be a stick over there, but it kind of looks like one.
Or way over against that fence?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It looks like one.
Yeah, kind of from here, but it also looks like just maybe a
cut down tree or something.
bottom of a dead tree.
Yeah.
No, that actually looks like a grave marker there, maybe. It looks like a stone there on the ground.
Yeah. No, that's a cut down.
That's just a cut down tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we get closer to it. Looks like right there is where they end, coming down into here.
It stops at section 4, then next is section 5.
Yeah. Well, that pretty much shows what we're looking for here. I don't know, for some reason back over in that corner up there, it's about the only place that just kind of drawed me over there. So when we come back to do EVPs,
We learned 3 new things here.
yeah, and we'll probably learn more on down the road.
We learned about the coins, we learned about the rocks, we learned about that symbol.
One thing about it, it's hard keeping this camera still when you're walking.
Especially if the ground is unlevel. Like
yeah, I know. Well, I'll do it for this one.
You like that when the rock's on top?
There's another one. I didn't fall over, it's just laying there.
You hear me?
Hmm?
Like that one, those rocks, those white rocks, it keeps the animals out from digging them up. It's mostly on child.
In on the grave?
Yeah.
Is that a new grave right there?
It looks like
It just
one.
doesn't have a marker?
Or it might be the dirt, extra dirt that they...
Usually they pile the dirt up over there. Yeah, now Braxton's here with us. There's little holes here. He would say that was the zombies trying to get out.
But, like...
Well, that's just about the shape of a...
And why they do white, why they do white is because of, like, the spirits.
Yeah, kind of like the white crystals.
Yeah.
It says it's supposed to give some energy.
It's white and not black or brown.
No, black's more of a demon.
Yeah. So it does two things. Gives it energy and then keeps the animals out.
Wade. Wonder if it's any relation to Dustin.
I already said that last time we were here.
Oh, yeah?
When we were walking past. I saw a Mitchell, too. A Mitchell.
No relation to me. Not that I'm aware of, anyways.
Never know.
There's Butch. Wrong one.
Yeah, the other one was cremated, I think.
Who, Butch?
Yeah. He was cremated.
I didn't know that.
You went to his funeral.
Oh, I know, but I mean, they'd already buried him.
Look at that one. That one's pretty cool.
That looks like a handmade one, doesn't it?
There's both.
Two of them.
Yeah.
Kind of like headstones, and then that one in the middle. Is that a piece of glass or a cup like?
Oh, you see the picture.
Oh, that's what it is, a picture there.
And then that black stuff it says the name and everything, the dates.
I'm sure this.
Well, it's probably like the Robertson. Yep, Robertson, Robertson, and Robertson family.
John Will Robinson. John Robinson from the movie Lost in Space.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's a few of them look like they were handmade.
Mhm.
Okay, most of them are the newer headstones. They're engraved with a machine. That's where it looks like some of these were engraved by a hammer and a chisel, or the letters are not even or same size.
Or like some of them are capitalized and some of them aren't.
Yeah, well, it looks like most of them are all capitalized in the name.
I saw one at the last cemetery, or one of the cemeteries we went to. It was handmade, and it was like capital, uncapital, capital, capital, uncapital, uncapital, capital. It was different than the others.
A lot of military ones in here.
Yeah, because back then a lot of black people were forced to go into the military, weren't they?
No, that was during the Civil War.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were forced. I think
they had to do it for money, though.
I don't think anybody got paid back in that days. You know, when they
Yeah.
fought for the Civil War.
They had to do it for
but they fought because the war was fighting for freedom of slavery.
I saw a movie that was based on a true story that this dude he was forced to go in the army, or he would lose his house, everything. So he had to go fight in the army, and he ended up dying, and his house and stuff was lost anyways, and his wife had to live in a shelter or with other people.
Well, back in my days when the war was going on, they did like a draft where they drafted you, you know, to fight or serve the country. That's where they just pick people,
yeah,
you know, of age, and send them a notice that you've been drafted to serve in the military, and you
like
have to go whether you want to or not.
Like that movie Red Robin or something like that, where he was drafted. He had horses and everything. What was it? Like the Raven.
The Raven? I don't know.
The Raven. He was drafted to go to the army, that movie.
Yeah, I know if you don't go, they consider you as a draft dodger, and if they catch you, they put you in prison.
Yeah. Like I said,
There's my
forced
last
to go.
name.
They were forced to go. That's the Mitchell I was talking about.
Yeah. Don't think it's related to me, though, because there's so many Mitchells out there. But I don't know of any relatives that I had down in this area.
Y'all lived in Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that there's not any that are related to me down in Texas area, but I wouldn't know who they are or where they are, because most of my kin folks are buried back home. You know, there's a few in California, but most of them are West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, you know, kind of up in that area. Alright, we're going to close this one out, and hope you enjoyed a little history class here. I mean, I learned some stuff. My granddaughter learned some stuff. Hopefully you learned some stuff. And we'll see you on the next video.
I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's kind of educational because I learned some stuff that I didn't even know going to a lot of the cemeteries over the past 4 or 5 years. Just more recently, you know, this year is when we started doing videos. But I did learn about the Mason sign, the meaning of it, pretty much how it originated. Also learned the meaning behind the coins, which was kind of neat to know, and also about why they leave like the little stones or gems on top of the headstones. That information is in the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And be sure to subscribe to our channel, become one of our followers. We'd like to have you as one of our fans that go on the journeys with us. But I guess until the next video, stay spooky.